How's it going, everybody? Dr. Coin back at it again, and welcome to the Coin Cave. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing an error coin. Now, this isn't going to be such a rare error coin that you will never be able to find this in circulation or coin roll hunting, but it is definitely a rare one that you want to keep an eye out for, and that is the 2009 Olympic Men's Hockey Raised 2 variation. Now, before I start breaking this error down for you guys, I would really appreciate if you would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see more videos on Canadian coins, coin roll hunting, or silver stacking. And then what do you say I show you what to look for when it comes to this rare variety. On January 26, 2007, the Royal Canadian Mint unveiled plans for the most extensive Olympic circulation coin program ever to be released, and that was the 2010 Olympic Quarter set. The Royal Canadian Mint had dabbled in large commemorative circulation coin catalogs in the past, but this was going to be something very unique and special for the time. To celebrate the 2010 Olympic and Paralympic Games being held in Vancouver, Canada, this would be the most broad collection of circulation commemorative quarters released by any country ever worldwide. In total, over 19 different Olympic quarter variations were produced by the Mint, including the colored and non-colored variations of the Big Three released in the year 2009. Something that sets the Olympic quarters off from their caribou counterparts is they do not feature the wording for DG Regina on the obverse. DG Regina stands in Latin for by the grace of God, so they are considered by the coin community to be godless coins. The mintage figures for each piece varies from quarter to quarter, but there are also a few known Mule errors as well for the non-colored versions. Now, the first and most notable of the Mule errors is the 2007 wheelchair curling Mule, which instead of having the Paralympic logo, will have the regular Olympic logo on it. Now, one of the much lesser known mules is the 2008 Alpine skiing mule, which will contain the date of 2007 instead of the date of 2008. That is how you will identify this mule. But of all the Canadian Olympic quarters that were released, there are three that take the cake, and that is going to be the Women's Hockey 2009, the Men's Hockey 2009, and the Cindy Klassen colored quarters. Now, these were released in colored and non-colored versions, and the colored are much more sought after and rare. They are each minted at 3 million a piece. You will find different mintage figures listed in some different coin books and websites, but with the research and digging I have done, the mintage figure for these coins that I believe to be true is 3 million a piece. They are very rare, very hard to find. If you are a coin roll hunter, you will have seen how much harder they are to find than their non-colored counterparts. But of these three quarters, there is actually an error amongst these that is not extremely valuable but does hold a premium, and it is not too hard to find, and that is going to be the Men's Raised 2 variation. Now, the colored hockey quarters were minted in the year 2009, but the date on them is 2002. If you are wondering why the date is 2002 and not the actual year that they were minted, it's because all of these Olympic quarters were minted to commemorate moments in Canadian Olympic history. Now, in the year 2002, it was a very special year here in Canada. Both the men's and women's hockey teams won the Olympic gold medals. I remember it was absolute madness. People were out in the street honking their horns, and it was a great milestone and accomplishment, not only in Canadian Olympic history, but just Canadian history in general. So these coins are very special and hold a great place in Canadian commemorative quarters. But let's break down this error and show you how to identify it. Now, I mentioned that the mintage for these colored Olympic quarters is around 3 million a piece, but the mintage for the Men's Raised 2 is much, much lower. The number that I came up with after doing a lot of digging is 200,000. Now, if you're wondering why that mintage is so low, just give me a second and I'll explain that to you. Now, they started off minting the non-colored quarters, I believe, and they produced a lot more of the non-colored men's hockey than they did the colored. They only made 3 million of the colored, and I believe they made somewhere around 20 or 30 million of the non-colored. So when they first switched over from the non-colored to the colored hockey quarter, I believe they were still using the initial die impression from the non-colored hockey quarter. Now, I don't know if it was due to deterioration or if they wanted to just change up the way that it appeared on the colored quarter, but they did decide to switch up the dies. Now, switching this up resulted in this rare variation where only 200,000 of the initial raised 2 were produced. So that basically means that all of the non-colored men's hockey quarters will have a raised 2, and most of the colored quarters will not have the raised 2. So 200,000 of the colored men's quarters have the raised 2, and 2,800,000 will have the incused 2. Now, when it comes to identifying this air or variation or mule or whatever you want to refer to this as, it is pretty simple. It doesn't get much simpler than this. It is a great coin to look for, even for beginners. What you want to do, I would suggest, is take one of the non-colored men's hockey quarters and compare it. Now, if you have the same 2 as the non-colored, congratulations, you have yourself the raised 2. Now, if you do not have that raised 2 quarter, I will put examples of both of them definitely in this video, because I do happen to have both of the variations to be able to show you guys. Now, the non-raised 2 variation is known as the incused 2, I believe, or at least that's what I like to refer to it as. And if you find the incused 2 men's Olympic quarter, don't be sad. That is still a fairly rare quarter compared to some of the other Canadian commemorative coins that have been released. The mintage figure is still extremely low. Now, this is definitely not the most valuable air of all time. If it comes in under an MS state, it's probably only going to be worth around $5, give or take. But if you have it in an MS 60 or plus, you can definitely get anywhere from $15 to $20 or more, depending on what state it's in. If you get up to MS 65 or 66, you might be talking some decent money, around $30 to $50. But of all the airs you can look for, especially in modern times, it's one of the more easy and simple ones to look for. Now, I had to look through quite a few of these men's colored quarters before I ever found one. I would say I had about 20 or 30 of them before I happened to stumble upon one, but I hope this is helpful for you guys. I hope maybe my pictures will help you guys be able to identify if you've been having any trouble. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up. If you have any ideas or suggestions for any topics you'd like to see me cover in the future, please let me know down in the comments. But thank you everyone so much for watching. Thanks for supporting my channel. And until the next one, everybody, peace out and have a good one, y'all.